Hi everybody, and welcome back to the channel. It's been a wee while since I've put up any videos. I have been really busy with my business in the past few weeks and days. As you can see, I've had a bit of an accident at work, so I've not really got the face of camera. Not that I've got it anyway, to be fair. But tonight I'm going to be doing some prep work on Shadow. Unfortunately for me, when I took out with Adam a couple of weeks back, we had some issues with the tyre rating, and obviously I put them on, and the front ones I put on as a full piece, and the rest of them I put on, I cut individual letters for them. And unfortunately, as you can see, I've lost this side here. It's completely come off, which is a pain in the absolute arse. The unfortunate thing is they don't make them anymore, the exact same as these. So I've got the show at Cumbria on Sunday, which is in 2 days' time, and I just don't have enough time to strip these all down, clean up the tyres and change them over. So I'm going to just take off the ones on this tyre anyway. As you can see, because of the one piece, they're coming off pretty easily. It is just super glue that was on the back of them, and I'm going to cut each individual piece off to make it go white again. If they do come off as easy as that, then I might just change all four. We'll see how it goes on tonight, one of these things. But yeah, the joys of being a modified car owner, I guess. I'd like to thank everybody for actually subscribing to the channel. There's about 3,500 now, and I didn't want to disappoint by not putting up any more posts lately, especially with, you know, being bored and everybody's in the lockdown. So I know we've already seen Shadow, this one here, out and about, and featured on Adam's channel. I just thought this is the one I'm going to be spending most of my working time on. I have done a wee bit of filming with the Cosworth and whatnot, but there's not that much content on it. I've mainly been flying about with Shadow, to be fair. But yeah, I'm going to try these tyres, the white wall, the white lettering as you like on it. They are from a company called Rally Flaps. They seem to be made by a company called Tyre Tags. If you can see that at all, or if it's back to front. So yeah. They're a bit different from the last ones, but slightly smaller as well, so I don't think they'll catch as much on the tyre flex. So these tyres are nearly at the end of their life, so if these work okay, then what I'll do is I'll just buy a new set of tyres, buy a new set of stickers, and put them onto the new tyres before they're actually fitted to the wheels, and hopefully we'll not have any issues with them falling off. It's a kind of trial and error. I don't know if there's a speed rating for these stickers or anything like that. I don't see many people running them, and if I do, they're mainly static cars that have been put in trailers and never really, you know, flung around a track. I have got Silverstone booked at Ford Fair with Shadow, so these stickers will be on the tyres. So I'm kind of thinking at the end of the track session, I'll probably not have them stuck to the wheels if I'm in all honesty. So we'll see how it goes. It's one of these things, so it's trial and error. But let's try and go this and make this go here into that. So I've got the wheel off the car, and what I've decided to do for this one show, rather than waste a full set of stickers, I'm going to use the ones I just took off the tyre, and I'm just going to make Toyo and Proxy on the opposite side rather than just on the one bit. It won't completely match, obviously, the rest of the car, but for one show, I think I can be forgiven. I just don't want to ruin a full set of stickers on tyres I'm going to be replacing soon anyway. So the prep work on the sheet that comes with the stickers says you have to sand everything. There's a wee bit of sandpaper on there. But being a joiner, why would we do things by hand when we've got machines to do it? So I'll sand down the face of the tyre to get a bit of key for it, to make it as flat as possible so the glue can stick to it. And we'll go from there. I'm just going to put it on as a one piece again, and hope for the best that you know it stays on the tyre for like an hour and a half that we've got to get to Cumbria. It is a kind of trial and error. I'd rather mess about with these tyre stickers and have it as a kind of guessing game. You know, figure out what's the best way to get them to fit and stick. Because on the way home, I can give it beans and see exactly how good these stickers actually can stay on for. They're not to everybody's taste. I just think they look good in the styling of Shadow. You know, the rally cars and the track cars tend to have the white writing on them. Could pencil them in with the lettering pen you get, but I've used them for years and they're really good for just kicking about, but they get very, they turn a very yellow to a brown and then eventually just they wash off. These ones seem to be a wee bit more robust in keeping the colour wise, but it's what it is. We'll give it a go and see how we go on with it. But I'm going to give this a wee sand and then super glue them on. Keep it with us. So, sanded them all down. They're pretty smooth. I've gave them a clean with APC and a wee bit of Iron X just to make sure everything's out of there. And it seems to be clean and tidy. I'm going to give them a wee clean with the heat gun, give it a wee heat just to get it a wee bit supple, and then we're going to glue on the tyre tags and hope that they stick on for a bit better than my heavy driving did the last time. So, next bit. So, I'm have to do some recording on the floor because I'm too lazy to move the camera. What I have realised is, obviously when I've taken off the tyre stickers, you can see in the back there that there's still super glue stuck to the back. Now, I use this kind of similar stuff to repair windows and whatnot at my work, and I know that if I put super glue on top of this, these will come straight off because it'll really only just grab the super glue. So what I'm going to have to do is lay them flat on this box and give the back of them a sand and just take rid of all the excess glue that's on it. It's the only way I'm going to get a proper key. Now the last time on the rest of the other one, wheels, beg your pardon, I cut out every single one of these letters individually and stuck them on. The very first wheel I did though was the passenger, and that's this wheel, and it's the only one that's come off. So I definitely think when I go and do the new set of tyres that I'm going to have to cut them out individually to get them to stay on. I think what happens is you just get one wee bit that catches and then the rest just kind of gets ripped off. It's got no other way of grabbing on, so at least then if it's just one individual, it's probably got more of a flex to actually stay on the tyre than on the big strip that you can see just now. So I'll give my sand down and just hope for the best. I might actually, now that I'm talking about it, what I might do is I might sand them all down and cut them out and then glue them on individually, and that'll save me a wee bit of kind of bollock of worrying if they're going to come off. So I was thinking. So here's what I'm left with. I know they look dead grubby just now, but my hands are really dirty from obviously the sanding, but a wee bit of solvent cleaner should tidy these up well. I think these will definitely hold on a lot better this way than the one piece way. So I definitely think to anyone that's buying these stickers, take the time out and cut them out and bond them on. I left the insides of the O's and R's so that it's like a full surface to bond to in the back. I don't know if it'll make any difference, but it's probably better having a bigger key for the likes of that than try to get the glue around about the circle and then sticking your fingers to it, because it does get messy. So I've set them down, I haven't glued them yet, and I think they look kind of half decent. Remember, this is just to get me by for this show. It's probably rough as toast. I know for a fact it probably will be, but I need to try and figure out the best way to, for the second time I use these stickers, to get them to last. Because let's face it, the last thing you want to do is spend £40 on a pack of these and have them flying off on your first journey to your first show. You get there and you've got a wheel that's completely missing. It just looks really odd. So this is really only just to try and get a good idea of how to fix them down and get them to stay on. So up yours if you think it's if it's rough. I'm literally trying to find the best way that we can get these things to stay on and not ruin the look of the car. Now I've just sat them in place of where I want them to go, They don't look too bad there. Obviously it's a bit different to the proxies that we got on here. You can see just it stands out just a wee bit. Obviously they're a lot cleaner, but it needs to have something that's on the tyre, and I'd rather have this than the other set that are a lot smaller. They don't come up as high to this area at all. So stick these ones now and hope that nobody notices. Although if this video is out before the show, they're going to know. They're going to know. So in the kit with these, you get your super glue. Now I thought this would just be specialist stuff, but it is actually just normal super glue. It's the exact same stuff as what we do. It's industrial grade super glue that comes with it. You also get a couple of packs of these black gloves, because I guarantee you you'll glue super glue some point of your finger and your hands the tyres. I do often enough at work. And you get some lollipop sticks, which I believe me, they are mega handy for this, especially for spreading the glue. And you also get your alcoholic wipes, and these obviously to put on the tyre just to clean it up before you stick anything down. I've already used the pack I got in the last one. This is just going to be a spare pack now for the other ones. You also get 2 of the sanding discs, 120 grip, just to take the tyre down, but I had my own obviously on the mouse. But yeah, you get that done as well. So let's get these stuck on. Well, as you can see, I've managed to get the first one stuck on. A couple of black marks there off my gloves. I've given my wee wipe down my alcohol, but I'm still going to give my wee light sand. I've got some emery cloth there, and that should bring the white back out and through, and then we'll put a wee tyre shine on about it, and that should hopefully keep the kind of colour locked in and rather than looking dead scabby. But that's the first one done. Now to do the second one. So, all done. They didn't turn out as good as what I expected, if I'm honest. I am no Picasso, and trying to get it on before the glue sets is a pain in the arse, so my margins are slightly off. But do you know what? I don't think they're going to last with the way I drive on the fronts anyway. But at least it'll look kind of semi-decent for the show. That is what it is. The spray that you saw me using in the video is this. I use this for my work, and it actually activates the glue a lot quicker. So what I usually do is I spray it on the tyre first, and then as soon as the glue touches it, it starts to react. You give it a wee bit of air, that's why you see me blowing on it, and that sets the actual the glue, which is ideal. It helps it to set it quicker. I was finding out in the first one when I did the tyres one here that it was just sitting on top and it wasn't really setting as quickly as I wanted to. So it was moving about and whatnot. So yeah, that's what it is. Loads of different hints and tips to try and... Every day's a school day. I've always said, if you've never done this before, then it is quite tedious. The instructions, although the instruction tells you, how to do it, it's never as easy as just the instructions tell you. So it's just a hint that I think you should take your time with this, especially if you only get one shot at it. It really is. I definitely think you should cut out each individual letter. Although at the moment it doesn't look that clever because my margins aren't good. I've done it on these ones, and you can see they've come up obviously a lot better. And they've stayed on, and I've obviously been hitting the arch here on the full pelt, just on this top, because these ones are pretty tall, and I think with the 20mm spacers we're just hitting the arch right here. In fact, I think it's this. There's a bolt right here that I'm hitting, and you see it tucked in there. I think I'm just rubbing that and no more. So yeah, let's get the wheel on. I'm going to check the spacers, make sure that they're fitted on right, as in case they've came loose once I've done the drive shafts, and then we'll put the wheel back on and we'll give it a clean. So this is how they turned out. They don't look too bad for a distance, but you can see obviously to the backs they're different. But they'll do for this weekend just to get them over and done with. I've got all the new tyre sets sitting here to go on the new tyres that I get. So it should go a lot easier doing them. Thanks a lot for watching this video, folks. Really appreciate you taking the time to watch it. I have been and gone to the show, and it's safe to say I've lost a lot of the stickers off the cars. You'll probably see them on my Instagram, or you'll probably see them in photos that people have taken at the show. End up having toy tyres at the end of, the gig. But yeah, thanks again for watching this video. Catch you on the next one. Remember, take it easy.